Are we back? OBS just crashed. You guys didn't miss much. I just finished. Not great. Yeah, my OBS crashed and I just restarted it and it's like nothing's loading. Like I can just see my stream, but I can't see any of the chat or anything like that. So, I just opened a browser window. So I'm gonna go back and look that way. Oh, Bach was here. Hi, Bach. Adding more songs to the playlist. Talking about music, music. Yeah, this is just the summer throwbacks playlist from Spotify. I did not curate it, but I'm glad it's mostly enjoyable. Okay, I'm all caught up. Anywho, um, yeah, we didn't make the the prediction, unfortunately. I really thought that was a reasonable time, but I guess not. That is so much harder than it looks. I think that's four in a row now that we didn't make it. Hopefully, the next stream I'm going to be doing like Ravs and Cobble Hills that will have a lot more times and stuff to compare to. So maybe we'll do better prediction for those. Um, or maybe I'm just really bad at predicting what my times are gonna be. And Nerd Puzzle was saying 50 minutes. I think I could have gone a little bit faster. Like I maybe could have gotten 110, perhaps. But this is still a huge improvement from doing it in the dark, so I'm not too mad about it. Let's see where I would have placed if that was my first try. $112.55. I gotta log in so I could search by first tries. Stand by. Oh my goodness. It's not cooperating. MySpeedPuzzling.com. Motorcycle Santa. First tries only. Okay, here you guys go. So I'm 13th out of 14. Not last. Yeah. Now let's see where 112.55 is. 6? That's pretty good improvement. Yeah, I could have gone a little bit faster, but I don't think 102 was going to happen. I think that was a bit ambitious. But yeah, 6 isn't bad. And then what was, let's see on Jonathan's, what is it? Speedpuzzling.com. Results. Where's results? Why am I not seeing it here? 2024. Here it is. Oh, this was a challenge puzzle. That makes sense. So 112.55 would have been right here. 22nd? Okay, I'm happy with that. Did the prediction work? Did you guys get your points? I think it worked. I was able to select the outcome in the app, in the stream manager. Oh, okay, good. Sue, you're killing it tonight, being a doubter. Yeah, 23-minute improvement is really good. Yes, piece by piece, we're back. Welcome back. Sorry, hi, Mance. Yep, the script. Yeah, so good stuff, good stuff. So, let's see. Next streams Thursday. Oh, hey, Pale Blue Zebra, welcome. Thank you. I don't know if you were here earlier when I started, but I was saying the first time I did this, I did it in the dark in the middle of the night because I forgot that I had to do it. I wasn't going to be able to compete live because I was at PAX Unplugged, and I had brought it to my friend's house that I was staying with while going to PAX and forgot to do it until the very last minute. So I did it the night before going to PAX in the dark. So my first time was not good. My goal time was incredibly ambitious, and we landed somewhere right in the middle, so it all worked out. This and The Man Who Can't Be Moved are your go-to songs. Nice. Yeah, I feel like I used to listen to this one a lot in high school. What are some other songs by them? I feel like there are others, right? I can't think of any though off the top of my head. Six Degrees of Separation. Let me write that down. Actually, I don't need to write it down. I Welcome back. I'm not gonna touch anything. Just not gonna touch anything else until we're done. I don't know why that keeps happening. I tried opening Spotify to change the song, and it was just like, nope. I probably have to restart my computer. So I'm just not gonna touch anything until we're done. It's okay, we're almost done anyway. Um, I just went to go see who else was on. I know Hannah said she wasn't streaming tonight, so who else do we got? Any suggestions for who to raid? Who's anyone streaming jigsaw puzzles? We got some digital puzzlers. No puzzlers. Oh yeah, Sikibi was here earlier. Sikibi gonna stream? You're welcome. Oh yeah, I saw a bunch of those in the gift shops. The I Survived the Bermuda Triangle shirts. They had a bunch of like they had that on everything. Shirts, bags, you name it. They did have some cool souvenirs. I can show you guys my souvenirs if you want while we're doing Sikibi waiting room. I got this little ornament that says Bermuda on it. You know, we're not going to be able to do that. We have to do it this way. Bermuda. Little cup. I got this because our friend's cat exclusively drinks water out of cups, like human cups. Um, and so I saw that and I was just like, oh, it's for Flo. This is my Norwegian Cruise Line bronze pin that I got for upgrading or like getting to the next level of cruise loyalty program. This is a rainbow fish pin, which I got because there are rainbow fishes in the water in Bermuda. When I was snorkeling, I saw a bunch of these guys. A rainbow parrotfish. Does it say it on here? No, it just says the number. Some of them say what it is. This one says what it is. This is a Kissidy on a pink, I meant to say pink oleander branch, which I believe is their like national bird and national flower. And I saw one of those birds too. And then I thought this was funny. This is a cat on a jet ski. So those are my pins and my ornament. I try to get a pin and an ornament from wherever I go. And then the other thing I got was a lot of fudge. There was a fudge place on the island right when you get off, and we were walking around doing some shopping. And the reason like, if we back up a little bit, the reason I knew about the fudge place in the first place was because on the cruise they had a Price is Right show. And I brought a bunch of my puzzling shirts, and I had on my speedpuzzling.com like cheetah shirt, and I was like, I'm gonna put this on so that in case I get called up, I can talk about speed puzzling. not thinking that I would actually get called up. I didn't want to get called up, but I put that on just in case. Um, and we're there with a bunch of friends. I was talking to one of my friends about like we were talking about like who would be good at the show and stuff like that. And I don't know if any of you have seen Arrested Development, but we were all like, we're not gonna know what the prices are. We're gonna be like Lucille Bluth and be like, how much could a banana cost, Michael? $10? We would be so out of touch. So I was discussing that with one of my friends, Dan. Um, and so both of us had talked about something that we were going to talk about if we got called up. Now we get to the show, and wouldn't you know it, I'm the first one called up, and I start having a panic attack. So I go up to the front, and I don't know if you're all familiar with The Price is Right. You should be. So you have an initial thing that the four people who get called up have to make a guess on the price of. And the thing that I got was a Dyson hair dryer and a Dyson stand-up fan. Um, and one person, so I was the first one to make my guess, so I didn't have anything to go off of in terms of what the other people were guessing. So I guessed $400. I knew Dysons were expensive, but I wasn't exactly sure how expensive they were. So I guessed 400. The next person after me guessed 888. Then the person after them, I think, guessed 150. And then the person after that guessed 300. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the MSRP ended up being like $660. So with prices right, you have to get the closest without going over. So I won. um, so at first I was like, oh yeah, of course, like these people are dumb. Obviously it's closer to like $400 or $600. Like what are these people thinking with $100 guesses? Um, and then the like smugness immediately drained from my body when I realized that meant I had to go up on the stage and do more games. And I didn't want to. I was so scared. So I one of the little like helper people comes by, grabs my hand, drags me up on the stage, and it's been a while since I've seen Price is Right. I used to watch it with my grandma all the time, but it's been a minute, so I'm not really familiar with how all the games work, or what they even are, to be honest with you. So he's like trying to hype me up and stuff for what this next game's gonna be, and I'm just not understanding. Um, I probably look like I'm having a terrible time. Um, but then he's like, doing a little interview, asking me questions, and naturally he notices my speed puzzling shirt and is like, "So I see that your shirt says that you're a speed puzzler. Is that right?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." And then and he asked me what my best time was, and I totally fumbled on this because I thought he said like what my average time is, like how fast do I normally go, and I said like 46 or something. Um, which obviously other people were impressed by, but I realized after the fact that I messed up and it was my best time is actually 37 minutes, so I was a bit sad about that. But probably nobody else cared. Um, so then he's just like, "Oh, did you know that, there's actually a 5,000 piece puzzle up on the observation deck. We should all go and do the puzzle on the next sea day." And I just kept my mouth shut because, guys, that puzzle was really bad. It was not high quality puzzle. I was about to be like, I have a lot to say about that, but I'm not going to. Let me show you a picture of it. Uno momento. Okay. Puzzle, 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 puzzle. Here it is. So, Google Photos, like Google is changing the UI of all of their apps recently, and they're all awful. They need to just revert. So this was the puzzle. It was a picture of the boat. Hmm. So obviously the easy part was done already, and the rest of it was just blue. So naturally, like it wouldn't be that bad, right? It's a gradient. But the bad part was that this was the quality of the puzzle. It was all the exact same shape, and it was made out of plywood. Very, very bad. Not fun to do at all. I spent maybe 20 minutes on it, and then I gave up. So that was not good. So if any of you if any of you follow me on Instagram, as soon as I saw that, I immediately like mentioned Norwegian in my story. It was like, guys, we gotta fix this. This is not good. Um, but yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, we'll come see you the next sea day, and we'll come do the puzzle together." And I followed instructions, and nobody was there. A couple of people did recognize me after that though, um, but not because of the puzzle. They did not want to do the puzzle. Me thumbs downing the puzzle. I was so salty about that puzzle. Um, okay. Anyway, so back to Price is Right. You saw the post, but you didn't know anything about puzzle quality. Yeah, no, I was not happy. So back to Price is Right. We were about to do the game, and it's cliffhangers. So luckily they explained to me what that meant and like how to actually play the game. So you have three different things you have to guess the price of, and you do it one at a time. Depending on how far off in price you are, the mountain climber will climb the mountain in one increment per dollar off that you were from the correct price. I believe there are 25 notches on the mountain. So if you're off by $5, he'll climb 5 spaces. Um, and then if you guess all three things without the guy falling off, you win. So the thing that I stood to win was a at-home pizza oven. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I don't need a pizza oven, but sure. Um, I like pizza. So the first item that I had to guess the price of was a lawn ornament of a frog holding a lantern. And I guessed 30 and it ended up being 29. So my guy only went up one tick. The second one was an at-home churro maker. So what I thought it was $55 because even though it's a simple product, I was like, that's what this would sell for, you know? Like even the lawn ornament. Like the reason I guessed 30 was because all the people in the audience were shouting that at me. I was going to guess 35 because I was like, that's what people would charge for this, right? But we're trying to guess the MSRP, not necessarily what you'd buy it for at a Home Depot or whatever. So I went down to 30 for the lawn ornament, and it ended up being 29. So like that was smart. I should have did that for the churro maker because I guessed 55 and it ended up being 30 or 35, I think. I don't remember exactly how far I was off, but I was looking over at that little mountain climber going up the mountain, and he went really, really far. So I had only 4 points left, between winning and losing. So the third thing, I had to be really close in order to win this pizza oven, right? So the last item ended up being um, a bar kit. So it had a like a little Lazy Susan type of thing. It was like maybe this big, and had a bunch of different tools for bartending in the Lazy Susan. And I don't know anything about that, but I looked to my handy dandy audience who helped me out during the first round and tried to do whatever they said. So I guess 55 again, because everyone was going like this. Um, and they really came in clutch because it ended up being 59, which is exactly 4 away, and meant that my guy went all the way up to the top of the mountain but didn't fall off the mountain. And so I won. After really, really, really not wanting to go up, being called up, and I won the Price is Right. And so no, I did not win the pizza oven, but I won the retail price of the pizza oven, which was $250. Yeah, so no pizza oven, but cash, which is also good. Yeah. It was extremely terrifying to be up in front of a room full of like 400 people. Um, yes. Thanks, guys. Um, so I get back to my seat. Everyone's congratulating me. You know, all my friends are there. And I'm like, okay, I can finally relax. We get through most of the rest of the entire show. And then the final round comes, the showcase, that's what it's called. Um, and in order to get into the showcase, you have to do the big wheel, right? So, you do the big wheel, you pull, you have to get as close to 100 as possible. So they call 3 people up for that. And once again, the last person to be called up was my friend Dan. I was like, what are the chances that 2 people in our party get called up for the Price is Right? And it was the 2 people who were discussing what they would say if they got called up earlier that day. So, fate was having its way with us that night. So unfortunately, Dan did do very well. He got 85, but the person who got called up first got 90. So he was just a little bit off from getting to participate in the showcase, but he ended up uh, he ended up getting a Price is Right t-shirt as a consolation prize. But yeah, so me and my friend Dan somehow got called up for the Price is Right, and I won the Price is Right. So that's my speed puzzling cruise story about Price is Right. Oh, I almost did pass out, Sue. My heart rate got up to 144 just standing there. I was panicking. It was not a good time. I would probably would have done much better if I was not panicking. Like, I don't know. It's not standing in front of the crowd that I'm afraid of. It's, I guess, not knowing what's going on. Like, if you asked me to go stand up there and teach everybody about speed puzzling, I could do that. Like, that's easy. I know about speed puzzling. I know what to say, you know? But when I get called up for like a game show and like somebody's talking to me off the cuff, I don't know what they're gonna ask me. I don't know how to play these games. Like that's where the panic comes in. Like even just like streaming. Like I technically I don't know what I'm gonna say. Everything's off the cuff, but like I know what I'm doing, and you guys, even if you were all standing in front of me, like I wouldn't. It's not the public speaking part. It's the not knowing what to say part, or not knowing what I'm talking about, you know. I'm just afraid I'm going to say something dumb. And I did say something dumb because I answered the wrong question. Um, and yeah, I don't know, but I guess I did well enough. I mean, I won after all. So maybe I don't have anything to worry about. Maybe next cruise I'll go do the Price is Right and get called up again, and I won't panic. Very unlikely, but who knows? Secondhand anxiety. Yeah, sorry. Did anybody hear back from Sakipi? Do we know if he's gonna stream? Let me see if I can. Oh, I have another puzzle to show you actually. Not that day. Next day. So this was another puzzle that I did not buy because it was very overpriced. But they had a tiny Dowdle Bermuda puzzle. And I was like, I'll just get that when I'm back in the US. Because they were charging $17 for this. And they're 12 on Boardwalk's website. So I was like, I'm not gonna pay an extra $5 for no reason. For $4. Yeah. I, I got distracted with the puzzle. I wanted to see who else was on Twitch. I don't think there's any more, I don't think there's any puzzlers. There's no real life puzzlers on. There are virtual puzzlers on. Oops, I just clicked on myself. I did not mean to do that. Doot, doot, doot. 5 channels. Oh, the other person left. So it's just a virtual puzzler on right now. They're doing a Studio Ghibli puzzle, 800 pieces. Oh, but they have no mic. Lo-fi music. So there's that, and then the people who are live. Danny does puzzles sometimes. Do you guys know Danny? Danny's not doing a puzzle right now. They're doing Date Everything. We could do that. I have been wanting to watch this game. I have I think Maud was playing this game. We can do that. Oh, am I echoing? I have my volume up, that's why. Okay, let's do Danny. Yeah, Danny does puzzles sometimes. Casual puzzles. So that's how I know them. And they're playing a game right now. It's like a dating sim called Date Everything. And apparently you can chat up inanimate objects, which I think is very funny. So I would like to go watch that. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Danny. Did I spell that right? Yes. Okay. You're welcome. I'll see you guys over there. And catch you on the next stream on Thursday. Bye, guys.